Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Retro Cactar, and one topic in Final Fantasy VI I wanted to cover was the Veldt. This is the region where you can power up Gao and learn new rages to increase his battle options. While a lot of players have a basic understanding of how the Veldt works, they don't really understand the finer mechanics or how you can exploit them. So I thought today let's take a closer look at Gao, the Veldt, and how you can get the rages that you want. First, I just want to go over the basics in case you guys had any questions about how that works. So, when battling on the Veldt, Gao gets a new battle command called Leap. Using Leap will end the current battle that you're in, and if you keep battling on the Veldt, Gao will randomly reappear at the end of a battle. When he rejoins, he'll have learned the rages of the monsters in the battle where he leapt, as well as the monsters in the battle where he returned. He does not learn any rages for any monsters that you battled in between those two battles. So though the battles you face on the Veldt are randomized, there actually is a pattern to it. First off, in order to find a random encounter on the Veldt, you must have first fought that enemy party somewhere else. For example, if you want to learn Gao's Stray Cat Rage, you first need to encounter Stray Cat on the world map, and then encounter it again on the Veldt, so Gao can use the Leap command to learn its rage. All the monster encounters that you can find on the Veldt are organized into 64 sets or lists. When you first arrive on the Veldt, the game will randomly select a monster encounter from list 1. After that battle, it selects an encounter from the second list, and then the third, and so on. If the game reaches a list with encounters that the player hasn't yet found, it will skip that list and go on to the next one. After cycling through all lists with available encounters, it then loops back to the first list. So, if you battle on the Veldt long enough, you'll get a sense of the cyclical pattern of the encounters. However, because the game randomly selects an encounter from each list, it can be difficult to teach Gao specific rages. Now, I'm going to talk about a trick that you can use to increase the chances of learning rages, if playing on an emulator. Basically, you need save states, so if you're playing on a version of the game that doesn't allow for this, the trick will unfortunately not work. You do also need to know what encounters are in which lists, so you can learn the ones you want. If you're looking for one of those lists, you can find them on sites like GameFAQs or other places. Finally, having access to the airship in the game is helpful. The big question is, how do you trigger the monster encounters you want? Saving the game normally won't work, because when you close the game and you load your file, the game shifts your position in the monster encounters list, so the next battle won't be from the list in sequence. I haven't tested the quick save feature in the GBA version, but as I understand it, it works the same way. Anyway, I'm going to show you guys a trick that you can use with emulation. So, I'm just going to go here and I'm just going to use a save state here. Got a save state. Now let's just get into a battle. Anytime. Come on. Come on. Okay, so Ghost and Poplin. Let's say that this was not the battle that I want to get. I don't want to learn the rage for these enemies, so I can load my save state. Now, we know that each battle on the Veldt is randomly predetermined, which means that no matter how many times I load that save state, it's going to be the same battle. Watch. Ghost and Poplin. Well, let's try it again. Ghost and Poplin. So every time it's going to load that battle. So how do we change it? There's only one method, and that is to fight a battle in another area outside the Veldt. So we can go over here, and you don't even need to actually fight the battle. You just need to get into the encounter. So bomb, I'm just going to run away, especially since it's a back attacker. We don't feel like fighting it out. If the game will let me run away. Blaze enemies. Yeah, that's a powerful attack at this stage in the game. Appreciate it. Just gonna heal up here. So now, if I go back, we are back on the Veldt here. I just need to save state there. And potentially, the battle that I fight will be from the same list, but yeah, but it's a different set of enemies. So that's basically how you can change the monster encounters to increase the chances of getting the encounter you want. Let's say, no, I don't want these guys. Well, if I get into another battle here, you'll see it'll be the 2 spritzers again, whenever that triggers. Yeah, so you can keep doing this. Okay, I don't want to fight the spritzers. So we go here, we come back here, and we fight another battle, and then we can go back to the Veldt and try the encounters again to see if we get a different battle. So that's a useful way to choose another battle from the same list while preventing the game from actually advancing forward in the lists. Once more, that process is you fight on the Veldt until the encounter you want is in the next list. Use a save state. Fight the next battle. If the battle is not the one you want, you load your save state, you travel to another region and you fight one battle, and then you return to the Veldt, save state, and try again. You may need to try several times before getting the encounter you want, but eventually you should be able to get it. Now, to use this trick here in the world of Bounce, you do need the airship to leave the Veldt to fight another battle. That's kind of why I was showing you here. This is probably the best spot to try this trick, because if you get the encounter and it's not the encounter you want, you can simply just get the airship, cross the river to the other side, fight a battle there, and then come back and try it again. When you're in the World of Ruin, going into the cave that's on the Veldt and fighting encounters in there counts as a separate region, so it's easier to stay in the same monster encounter list until you get a battle you want. Anyway, that's basically all the things I want to talk about in the Veldt. I hope that helps you guys with your Veldt hunting. I said it before in my full playthrough of this game. I've said that Gao's worth is kind of debatable. Like, if you learn the right rages, if you know the right rages to learn and you learn them, then Gao is very powerful. However, you can get to this point in the game easily without a fully powered Gao, which means you can get by without powering him up at all. So, my 2 cents is, it's worth doing this at least once so you can get a feel of the process, and that way you can get a more powerful Gao if you want. But there are definitely some games where I've just kind of ignored him completely and let him fall by the wayside. But, you know, that's just kind of my playstyle. Let me know of your opinions. What do you think of Gao in this game? Is he a useful character? Is he your favorite character and you always take the time to do this on the Veldt? Or is he kind of more of a novelty thing that you just don't really spend much time focusing on? Anyway, thank you again so much for joining me, guys. Let me know what you think of Gao in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like. It really helps the videos. And subscribe if you like the content. And if you enjoyed this content, make sure you check out my Final Fantasy VI full-length commentary playthrough. I played through this game from start to finish. I did the bonus content in the GBA version, which is what I'm playing now. So enjoy it, and I'll see you guys again soon.